The Object Concealer is great for when you want to hide or reveal objects. Let's go over the user prefs. Conceal on startup will hide the items at the start of the game. Conceal method determines how the objects are concealed. Disable makes the objects completely disabled, as if they're not even in the game. Renderer off makes the objects invisible, but if they have colliders, you can still run into them. Renderer and collider off makes the objects invisible and unable to be collided with, but the object itself is still very much enabled. Next, we have 5 empty fields where we can choose the objects we want to hide. Just drag the objects you want to hide into these fields. A useful trick if you have lots of items to hide is that you can put them all into an empty game object and then just hide the game object. There are 2 events. Reveal requested happens anytime you request an object to be revealed. Conceal requested happens anytime you request an object to be concealed. How about a demonstration? In my scene, I have a platform, a ramp which leads up to the platform, and a plank lying on the ground. All items are simple cubes that have been scaled. Other than putting a wood material on them, I haven't done anything else to them. I wanted to do something a little interesting, so we have a little bit of setup to do, so I hope you'll be able to follow along okay. We're going to use the Object Concealer to make it appear like our character builds the ramp. I'll go ahead and drop an Object Concealer into my scene. Under the User Prefs, I'll check the Conceal on Startup option. This will make our ramp boards invisible at the start of the game. Since there's no logic on the boards, I'll leave the Conceal method on Disable. I'll go ahead and drag the 3 boards into the empty fields of our concealer. I'll drag board 01 to the Object 1 field. I'll drag board 02 to the Object 2 field. And I'll drag board 03 to the Object 3 field. Now we can control when we can or can't see the boards. Next, I'm going to drop a detection area into my scene. You can find the detection area in the Utilities folder. Once I have one in my scene, I'll make sure the box collider is expanded so I can see the green outline in my scene. I'll also make sure the manipulator handles are at the pivot and not the center. I'll move the detection area over by our ramp and scale it so that it expands a little ways past the ramp. Right now I have 1 plank on the ground. We're going to make 3 of them altogether and have them laying on the ground. When we pick them up and carry them to the detection area, we want the planks to disappear and the ramp boards to reappear. To make the detection area detect our planks, I'll tag the planks as ball, since it already exists in my tag manager and because it's one of the standard options for the detection area. With the detection area selected, I'll check the Detect Ball option. Now our detection area can detect anything that is tagged as ball. Let's go ahead and tag our plank as ball. With the plank selected, I'll click on the Tag Manager drop-down list and select ball. Now the detection area can detect our planks, but we still need a way to delete the planks. For that, I'll use the Object Destroyer, which can also be found in the Utilities folder. Once I locate one, I'll drop it into my scene. Then I'll select the detection area and expand the ball entered event. I'll drag in the Object Destroyer and tell it to delete trigger. We also need to tell it whether we want it to delete the parent or not, which I already know that we do. Now, when the plank is tagged as ball, enters into the detection area, it will be destroyed. Next, we need a way to pick up the planks. Right now, they're just simple cubes. Let's use the pickup mod for that. You can find it in the child mods folder. I'll drop one into my scene and position it where the plank is. Since the pickup mod is a child mod, we need to make our plank a child of it. So I'll drag the plank into the pickup mod. Now we can pick up the plank. but instead of having a huge plank over our head when we pick it up, let's set the pickup scale to 0.3. Since our ramp has 3 boards, let's create 2 more planks so that we have a total of 3, 1 plank for each ramp board. I'll move them over to the side so it looks like they're just lying around on the ground, just waiting to be picked up by someone. I'll rotate them and position them so that they look a little random. I'll also raise one of them up so that it looks like it's laying on the other 2. There's one last thing we need to do. We need to reveal the ramp boards one by one as the planks are carried over to them. Since the detection area causes the planks to be deleted, we might as well use it to cause the boards to be revealed. However, we don't want them all revealed at the same time, so let's use an event cycler. The event cycler can be found in the Utilities folder. Once I locate it, I'll drop one into my scene. We can use it to tell the ObjectConcealer to start revealing the boards one at a time. So I'll expand the Group 1 triggered event, the Group 2 triggered event, and the Group 3 triggered event, one for each ramp board. I'll drag the ObjectConcealer to the Group 1 triggered event and tell it to reveal an object and select object number 1. Then I'll drag the ObjectConcealer to the Group 2 triggered event and tell it to reveal an object and select object number 2. Likewise, I'll drag the ObjectConcealer to the Group 3 triggered event and tell it to reveal an object and select object number 3. If you're wondering what the object number is, if I select the ObjectConcealer, it's the first 3 objects. So, the event cycler will now control which order the ObjectConcealer will reveal our ramp boards. The last step in revealing our ramp boards is to have the detection area trigger the event cycler. I'll select the detection area and then drag the event cycler to the ball entered event and tell it to reveal the next group. How about a quick recap of what we've done before I test it out? Our ObjectConcealer will hide the ramp boards at the start of the game. The pickup mods allow us to pick up the wood planks. Since we've assigned the ball tag to the planks and set up the detection area to detect that tag, we can do stuff when the plank enters into the detection area. When a plank enters into the detection area, it will delete the plank and reveal one of the ramp boards. To destroy the planks, we're using an object destroyer, and we're using an event cycler to control the order in which the ramp boards are revealed. Hopefully I did everything right. Let's click the play button and test it out.